The number one most important thing to success is who you associate with. He says, if you associate with losers, you become a loser. If you associate with winners, you become a winner. Whoever you associate with, it rubs off. I remember when I was a kid, I was listening to these audio tapes by these multimillionaires. And my mother would get so mad. She'd say, if you keep listening to those people, you're going to turn out just like them. And I was like, that's the point. Because wasn't it true? You know, don't hang around the bad crowd because you're going to turn out just like them. Well, if that was true, and it is, we know it is. If you hang around the success crowd, you turn out just like them. Because if you're hanging around people that have dreams, that have goals, that are motivated, that are inspired, when you're around these people, the conversations are dramatically different. You start picking up their facial expressions, you start picking up their accent, you start picking up their speech patterns, you start picking up the way they think, the way they act. And if that's a loser, then you start picking up loser habits and loser mentality. And if you hang around winners, then all of a sudden it starts rubbing off. You start acting like a winner acts, and then all of a sudden you start producing victories. This happens in sports all the time. We hear of an athlete who's on a team that just loses all the time, then he gets traded to a championship team. And one of the things in the interviews is they say everyone's mentality is completely different. They practice different, they talk different, they walk with a swagger, everyone's got confidence, and they weren't even aware that they were in this loser environment until they were plucked and put into a championship environment, and it rubs off and they start acting like a champion, talking like a champion, thinking like a champion, and guess what? Start performing like a champion. And that average player on that other team, all of a sudden in this team, starts performing better because of who they're associating with. So associations is really one of the critical keys. Again, Aristotle Onassis said it. If he was flat broke and he had nothing, the one thing he would do was go to places where there's successful people, and he would physically be in their presence. He would listen to them speak. He would watch them walk. He would see how they dress. He would see how they interacted with other people, because it rubs off. And you start mimicking and modeling subconsciously what you're seeing, and therefore you start getting different results.